Thousands of years ago, the sun created the Mayan people. Mayans respected and worshiped the sun, as its existence comes from the light in the sky. The light created the Mayans, light for the crops to grow, and a time for them to be visionaries. Let's move 1,000 years into the future during Capricorn season. January 19th, 1977, Los Angeles, California. A woman gave birth to a thick baby who was 35% indigenous Mexican of the Mayan tribe. This boy was baby Chingas, and he was the third born of a Mexican-American family. Chinga's mother was born in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and was raised by her grandmother because she wasn't wanted by her mother, whom she lost her father months before she was born. And when she came of age, she enlisted in the military and met Chinga's father, later to be married. Chinga's father was born in Los Angeles, California, where he was left by his father, rejected by his mother. His mother sent him to Mexico to live with his extended family. Chinga's father got really sick and had to come back to the States, where he was raised too by his grandfather and grandmother. Grandma Cuca was a full-blooded Mayan Indian. Chinga's father was brought up in one of the toughest neighborhoods in the country, in a city called Boyle Heights in East Los Angeles. He ran with street gangs and was later given an ultimatum, and that ultimatum was to go to the military or participate in the Vietnam War. As you could tell, the better choice was Vietnam. Chinga's father spent from 1965 to 1965 in a military and served in the Vietnam War. Chinga's father went in a tough guy and came out a tough guy with no fucks to give. He did come through, eventually get his act together, and was able to obtain 2 master's degrees, one in architect and the other one in Chicano studies. Chinga's father also was a part of the Chicano movement in the late 60s and early 70s. Chinga's father taught Chicano studies at East LA College. He became successful in his career, but he had a dark side that it seemed only Chingas had to deal with. Baby Chingas, pre-tween, was his father's punching bag, which gave this young child daily anxiety and no confidence in himself. Chinga's mother left him at a very young age of 7 to do her own thing. So Chingas was in this alone. Chingas took weekly beatings and verbal abuse almost on the daily. Pre-tween Chingas was an ass-kicking, reckless youth whom had no regards for life and couldn't care less whether he lived or died. You thought pre-tween life, Chinga's life was rough. Teenage years didn't get any better. This point, about 8th grade, he was introduced to alcohol and marijuana. This helped him deal with daily struggles and took the sting off the ass whoopings. The cycle continued, and Chingas was linked to gang affiliation, and you thought he didn't give a crap about life when he was younger. You should see him now. Countless fights, numerous times dodging bullets, not like the Matrix movies. And womanizing, maybe because of lack of a female presence in his home. This kid was into graffiti, dropped out of school at a young age, and hurt people who didn't deserve it. The sad thing was Chingas was okay at art, great athlete, and got really good grades when he went to class. This kid needed something that was missing in his life. Adult Chingas. was where it all changed.
So.
From his experience, he learned a lot. Chingas wanted to learn from his mistakes and needed something to help change his perspective on the ugliness of his life. On December 1st, 1999, the thing he lacked and needed had arrived. He had his first child, a baby girl that rocked 17.5% indigenous Mexican roots. This being gave Chingas purpose in life and a reason to live and break the horrific cycle that plagued his family and him and that before him. 2 years later, on November 22nd, 2001, his heart, body, and soul was complete with his second daughter. Daughters who since day one he has fought for, worked for, loved unconditionally, and would give his life for, has made him into the man he is today. A cycling fool. Thank you.